Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you are enjoying the new update. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at the STRV 1030, and then we're going to be going into some gameplay that I recorded prior to doing this with my boy Pedro, so stay tuned for that. I'll try to remember to put a timestamp in the description. If I don't, somebody please comment it so I will go back and add one. But we're going to just do a real quick review, and then we're going to also compare to some other tanks that I feel are not necessarily similar in playstyle, but are similar in some of their aspects, because there's nothing really like this tank in the game that you can compare it to except the VT-12, but at the same time those tanks are they're so different that they're hard to compare to each other. So what's good about the S-Tank? It has a fantastic gun. The gun on this thing, I have no complaints with at all. The only thing that would make it better is if it had heat, but that's basically a non-issue being at 7.3. So, fantastic gun, fantastic reload. 4-second reload with an autoloader, and I don't think I've ever emptied the autoloader. Now, that might be an issue with the tank not being finished yet, because I think it's a limited autoloader. I could be wrong there. If I'll try to put something up on the screen that says the exacts. I don't know off the top of my head, but that's very good. The survivability shocked me, and you'll probably see in the battles that come after this, it does quite well. I was actually surviving a lot of 88s, and even some 105 shots bounced right off the armor, which is very good because this thing partially relies on its thin armor with it being so sloped to bounce shots off. So it does work, but at the same time, it's War Thunder, so angles are weird, and sometimes the shots just kind of go through anyways. But survivability was quite good, and I don't think I ever actually had to go into last man standing mode. I think most of the time I just died prior to that. Other than that, the only complaints that I really have with this thing are related to the hull aiming, and I go into it quite a bit in detail in the game sessions because it's awful. It is a terrible experience. It's so unfinished and unpolished that it's laughable that they even sold this thing. It's extremely twitchy trying to aim. There's no precision in it, which if you've watched any videos with this thing, you know it's a very precise aiming system. It's very tuned to be able to aim at specific spots. It's not twitchy like you see. What ends up happening, what I've noticed, is if you're on any sort of uneven ground, it'll start to swivel, aim, and then when it gets to the final spot that you're aiming at, let's say, so you're aiming straight at a target, it swings the tank at quite a good speed, and then it gets really close, and then it slows down, as it should, but then the tracks start doing this weird back and forth shimmy that just makes it like horribly hard to aim. And if you try to do any sort of minor adjustments, it just keeps doing this shimmy back and forth, and it's just terrible. It's extremely hard to aim, and it makes sniping for weak spots on vehicles, which you do still need to do at this tier, even with Sabo. It just makes it so hard to do. Like, you'll see in the gaming, there's parts when I'm shooting at a Tiger's turret, which is an easy shot. I can make that any day with a tank like this, or with a gun like this, I should say. And it's just going left, right, left, right, left, right, so I can't hit it. And I have to take like 4 or 5 shots just to finally hit the shot. So it's quite difficult to use because of the hull aiming, and the hull aiming definitely needs work. I don't think this thing should have been sold yet, and my point from my video the other day, the Don't Feed the Snails, definitely still stands. Do not buy this vehicle in its current state. It's not unplayable, but it is not worth $50, especially when there's nothing to research with it. So we'll go ahead and just look at some of the stats really quick, and then I will pop over and show you some of the vehicles that I think are fairly similar. So you have your standard armor penetration of 303 millimeters, which is the standard of this gun, which is essentially an L7. I believe it's just a Swedish variant of it, with Swedish ammo, which is, again, basically the same, with good penetration. I would not use these rounds. I don't really know why it even gets them. I guess they have a little bit more projectile mass, but just use these ones. It has the better pen, and with the reload, it doesn't matter. So turret rotation speed, which this is kind of hard to map, and you will see I have a level 54 crew here. I used some Golden Eagles for this. So I started off with a level 1 crew, and I played a couple battles, which you'll be able to see which ones I played. I'll put like a transition of some sort so that you know the different battles that I play. So there's a couple battles that I play with a level 1 or level 5 crew, because I used a little bit of the actual experience I earned, and then I spent quite a bit of experience to get my crew skills on this. Max tank driving, max targeting, max leadership, and then I got enough so that I could make it an experted crew, because I wanted to see if that made any improvement to the hull aiming. Spoiler alert, it doesn't, as I pretty much expected, but I was trying to give the benefit of the doubt just in case it did make any improvement, but I saw basically no improvement. As far as the mobility of this tank goes, it's pretty decent. It's not that great at the first initial startup, and when you try to do maneuvers, it drags speed really, really fast, and you'll start to just decelerate just from even minor adjustments. But once you're in a straight line, this thing does get up to a pretty good speed. I don't think I've hit the 50 kilometers an hour, but it'll easily do 40 kilometers, which is pretty much what you need at 7.3. And I think that's about all that I have to say about this. The armor is, like I said, decent enough for this tier. And the crew layout, with the engine where it is, I wasn't really losing too many crew members, and even if you do lose crew members, I don't think it actually is going to affect your battle effectiveness very much like in real life with this tank. So I really have no complaints there. So let's go ahead and grab some other vehicles to look at, and then we'll pop into some gameplay within a couple minutes. So the first vehicle I would directly compare the S-Tank to would be the Lorraine 40T, based mainly off the gun, and also it has similar mobility. The Lorraine is definitely a faster tank, and is definitely more versatile. I would say is better in most circumstances, unless you're on a map that requires a lot of ridgeline sniping, because the Lorraine has a fairly large profile with its turret, and it's very lightly armored, and any shot that goes in is likely going to hit your breach or kill the majority of your crew, whereas with the S-Tank, you're not going to have to deal with that as much because you're showing so little of your tank, and the armor is better because of the angling and everything, and actually it's not thicker, but it's just way better angled, so it's going to be able to deflect shots. So I would say this is probably the best comparison that I can think of, at least. Maybe you guys can think of something better. If you do, leave it down below, and we could just kind of discuss what vehicles are the most comparable. But like I said earlier, it's really hard to compare vehicles to the S-Tank because it's such a unique design, and there's nothing else really like it in real life or in game. So I'm kind of grasping a little bit here just to give us a comparison, but enough of me talking your ear off. I'll let you get into the gameplay, and you can tell me, do you think this thing's worth a purchase or not? And trust me, I give you my opinion more than enough.
You see, you can fire over this, but so can I. No, I cannot.
Goodness.
Look at the depression. You have much better depression than mine.
This thing is like, ooh, whip it. Whip it real good. The instant you stop to try to aim.
He's vibing.
I can't aim good. This is basically this right here where I'm at is the like perfect position for an S-Tank. And it's just like, no. You don't have the depression, and also your tracks are just going to spin for literally no reason.
Yes,
Can you not bind my... Okay. That's annoying. My binos...
Yeah, now they follow where your gun is going.
That is incredibly annoying, and I don't like it. I like to have it be... I like to have my binos look where I'm, like, pointing my mouse.
Your camera.
Because, you know, that's kind of, like, where I want to be able to see. Oh, okay. Well, that shot just completely missed. I should have had that kill, but it decided that I needed to be aimed underneath him. Goodness. Oh my god. This is going to drive me insane. I feel so bad for anybody that paid for this tank. Like, honestly. Oh, we got one pushing up on the point.
What the hell just shot me?
BMP on the point. He's dead.
Oh,
I
German
saw a
BMP.
tank moving toward... Oh. Other two.
Where?
Got his gunner.
Very good. Let me see if I can finish him.
Loader,
my
engine...
shotgun? Over. Okay.
Like... I could kill it. I could kill it if I could just aim at him. Oh, what are you doing, Aztec? Why are you looking over there now? Oh my goodness.
The thing has a mind of its own.
Oh, it really does. Well, it's like, because I have to, like, the whole aiming makes the tank point towards the front. But this thing, like, if you have the whole aiming off, it's not like another, I don't know, it's just, it feels so weird to drive. Like, I know that part of it is just that I have to get used to it. So I'll give it a degree of, like, I need to get used to the vehicle, but, like, it is definitely not all that.
Is engaging the leopard. The other Aztec has gotten a kill. And he's a Brazilian. Wait.
That would explain why he didn't answer me. It just sucks because there's like... I know that this is probably just me not being used to it, but it's like you can't use your tracks to turn. Like, let's say I want to make a minor adjustment to the direction that I'm going. I can't use my tracks. I have to use my mouse.
Unless you turn off the whole aiming.
Yeah, exactly. Which, again, I guess I can partly say, oh, that's bad on me for just not, like, using the controls right, but at the same time, it's just a very awkward thing. So if anybody's using this and you're trying to get good with it, how did that damage the track on that Tiger? There we go. I mean, I will say I'm definitely hating it a little bit less now that I've gotten used to it more, but I would by no means call this a finished product. It honestly feels like I'm playing something on the dev server.
Barely has any differences.
It feels like exactly what this feels like is if I were to hold on, Pedro, don't push. There's something like right in front of you.
Oh, over here.
Oh God, raise the gun.
Yak Panzer 4-5.
He almost just got away because my cursor was aimed at the rock in front of me, so it was like look down, and I'm like no.
Tank on B.
On B, alright.
On the other side, I can see him from here. I saw his gun barrel.
Trying to crest ridges with the hull aiming turned on this thing is just like
Cancer.
asking to suffer.
Nice.
Like, I won't say it's unplayable. It's not, but there's definitely better things you can spend $50 on.
Oh, Panther 2 behind me. Behind you, Ethan.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay, and oversteer is not a good thing.
You get him?
Yes. The 4-second reload really does wonders for this thing. Like, it has enough saving graces where you can use it. Like, I mean, I think I'm sitting on like 5 kills right now.
Yeah, you got an ace.
So I'll certainly not say this thing is unplayable. I would never say it's an unplayable vehicle. What I will say, however, is I don't recommend buying it.
This is pretty much gonna be a should I buy video. Need help on B, cannot hold it alone.
Ooh! Swedish armor, blocking 88mm. Well, I mean, I give it that. It did block that shell. Yeah, if this thing had its working... If hull aim worked, this thing would be fantastic. Like, if hull aim worked, by all means, pay 50 bucks for this tank, maybe. Or just get the one that's in the tech tree. But with it not working, forget it. Dang! Okay, this thing's absorbing a lot of shells. But, you know, it doesn't really matter much if I can't hit the broadside of a Tiger II. Who, for some reason, doesn't have his side skirts.
Literally the broadside of a barn.
Yeah, like, it's so bad.
Come on now. I can't use this HE right now. I lost my HE powers.
Just let me aim at this Tiger II, please.
I lost my HE powers.
Thank you. Goodness. Oh, that was a 105 Tiger I bounced. Dang, 40 mils of armor makes a difference. Oh no!
That thing will bounce like a 128. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm being shot in the side. They're everywhere. I thought this thing was gonna get spotting. It's a mouse! Oh god!
And the Quillian finishes the job.
I mean, 7 kills, it's not bad. I guess the best way to practice how to use the STRV is just turn off your ability to, like, play something like the Panther D. That'll help you practice a little bit. Okay, why did they make it so that your mouse doesn't aim where, or aims automatically to where your cursor, like your gun is pointing, unless you're... That is so annoying.
How did they screw up one of the only parts that were good about this game? The only thing that worked properly and nobody had an issue with.
Yeah, it's like, exactly, it's like something that nobody ever asked for, and they're like, oh, you know what, yeah, we should change that.
Oh, holy.
Or plated that boy.
What the hell? I really lost my skill with HE. Low crash.
Thank you. Thank you for jumping up and down for literally no reason.
Gaijin is like, you're welcome, comrade. Please give me mommy. Another 105.
Oh my goodness, how do I... T7? Nope.
That Puma got a very big shell hitting its face.
Oh. I see.
Why did I answer that with thank you? The guy said thank you, I say thank you.
Gramercy! Gramercy!
It's like that meme of the cat with a loaded screen on his head. 200 IQ answer right there.
Oh, Panther! You have fired up onto my upper front plate, you fool.
You won.
Man, I am just...
Thanks.
I have got to say, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with the survivability of this thing. I mean, I definitely think this thing will probably be the best tank to use on this map for what I'm doing.
I don't remember where I usually go in this map with this tank. Why are you the one flying at that King Tiger?
We moved.
That a Yag Tiger? There's a Yag Tiger.
Like, it just, it pains me so... This tank could be so good if it could just aim. Like, I'm trying to snipe a Tiger II's turret, and any tiny little adjustment that I make to my aim just causes the thing to just jump or... Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's cool. It has a shell ejection animation.
You didn't know that. How did you not know that?
Because I haven't fired in third person yet.
Literally on the teaser, like the dev vlog, it shows
I'm gonna
that.
be honest, I didn't watch the teaser. Because usually I check the teasers and stuff on my phone. Good, I can literally not kill this King Tiger. Because it just, like, the aim will not steady. It's like, I'll get it there, and then it just goes like, dunk. There we go.
That's nice. We have a guy over here. The guy over there. I see the King Tiger.
Oh, yeah, I see the Ferdinand.
So many snipey boys.
Gotta back up. Oh, hello, fellow S-Tank.
Howdy, fellow one of my kind. Hello, leopard.
Fellow one of my kind.
I'm glad you're suffering with me this evening.
Now, the one thing I am worried about is at long range, the armor on this thing might not hold up as well. Well, I say that and then I bounce 2 shells.
What do you know?
Gotta back up again, the barrel's destroyed. Yeah, this thing will definitely be a beast on a ridgeline. It just, again, it just has the issue where aiming. Aiming is not hard, but aiming for specific spots on tanks is difficult. Just because it's so twitchy. I mean, maybe it's partially my sensitivity, but I think it's just the whole aim.
Nice move there, leopard. Would be sad if someone were to shoot a big old shell over there.
We've been flanked.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about.
RU-251. No, that's not an RU-251. That's a
leopard. Or a Panther
I just can't even. It looked post-war. It might be an M48.
Where his green.
Yeah, flat, lightly armored tank. Fairly large too. Like, this tank isn't big from like the side. Like, it doesn't have a large side profile, but from the top, this thing's pretty big.
Pretty easy to hit.
Okay. Come on. Come over a little bit.
Is it an enemy jet? It might be. Yes, it is.
Yeah, safe to say the crew skills did not improve anything about this. And I've got to have something screwed up in my graphics settings because this looks terrible right now.
Might be set to medium.
No, I'm like set to all the max. Like, it's just like when I'm scoped in, it just looks really, really bad. Like, there's no shadows underneath tanks. It could just be the range, maybe. Oh. The, Ostwin 2. Oh my goodness. Oh, he was actually wounding my crew members. But,
main battle tank doesn't damage it. Ostwin 2, hold my beer.
I lost my train of thought. Pro tip for anyone trying to play the S-Tank, though. Before you move, try your best to, return your hull to, like, a zeroed position, because it'll much improve your speed, and also you won't end up, like, catching your front plate on random crap when it's depressed.
And when it's elevated too much, the back will hit stuff.
Yeah. Sit still, Tiger. I can't aim at you if you don't sit still. There we go.
Oh, it's the true sniper experience. The true sniper Parkinson's.
Yeah, I was about to say that The STRV in game is literally just a sniper that has Parkinson's. That is an exactly perfect comparison of what this thing is. The exact description I would give this vehicle: sniper with Parkinson's.